up, guys? It's your man Royalty. We're here today and we're back. Welcome to another episode of the Raw Educated Analysis of Life podcast. Of course, I got the lovely Boonie with me. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm here. I'm good. I'm alive. I'm breathing.
I guess that's good enough.
Right? I mean, that's half the battle right there.
Right.
Today we're gonna be talking about something that is everywhere now. It's reality TV. People are getting famous from this stuff that
Yeah.
kind of have no talent sometimes.
Just to be on there and then just to act a certain type of way. No
Right.
talents, like you say. A lot of people get their career started off of reality TV.
They really do.
They just go on there to be seen, get their career started.
Oh, she came back.
And I have been watching some reality TV too lately. Mostly the dating shows.
Right. So the first thing I want to ask is, what's the first reality show you remember watching, like consistently?
The first reality show I remember watching consistently. I can't remember. I used to watch a lot of BET. So I used to watch, the music stuff or whatever, MTV stuff. I think the first reality TV show that I remember like watching like every single episode was probably Flavor of Love. That probably was the first one that I like watched the whole show. But I used to watch episodes of you remember that like dating show like Next?
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
I used to watch that.
Wasn't that MTV or VH1 or one of those?
I think that was it MTV? It was one of those, but I remember watching that as well. Which used to be funny.
The first one I was invested in was American Idol. Those first 3 seasons, though. After that, I can't tell you anything.
Yeah.
Like, because I knew
I was invested too.
I remember, like, I wanted
Y'all
to call.
think that's reality TV?
It is.
It is.
It's reality TV.
I was invested. That first season with Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini, like, ooh, I was so happy.
From Justin, they had that movie that from Justin and Kelly.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah, they made it off of that. And then the second season, Clay Aiken and Ruben Studdard, I was invested. I wanted to call so bad, but I thought I was gonna get in trouble because the numbers and everything. So I'm like, damn, I can't call, but I'm in it. That was the first one I got invested in. What about you, Shanika? What was the first reality show that you got invested in that you watched consistently?
The drama. I love it. Hip hop.
Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, my first one that I actually sat down and watched.
Okay.
Then I think I went from American Idol, and then I started watching The Real World.
Oh yeah, I love The Real World.
The Real World, I love that. It was like these things kind of felt like they were real, like they were really real. Like the competition part of it was real, and then
reality TV felt real back then.
Yes, it really did. It really like.
So reality TV is the part is with them sharing their lives, or reality TV are y'all just naming like series?
Reality TV is non-scripted series.
Right.
Where anything could happen. They bring real people in there. There's no script. There's no
right.
Whatever situation that they wear, like whether it's a competition setting, whether it's people going into a house, whether it's following people's real lives, or
Yeah.
Or like I said, competition was like, Survivor was a competition one,
Big Brother.
Yeah.
But these said The Real World and also The Challenge. Now I love The Challenge.
I was you old because I don't remember none of them.
That's all I'm about to say. You young. That when you say Love and Hip Hop, yeah.
Do you think that there's a certain point where you can say that reality TV started to have a shift from reality, and at what point do you think that shift started to happen?
Okay, so you had the shows like we said, Next, the dating shows like Next, and then you had American Idol, then you had Flavor of Love, and then after Flavor of Love, everybody started getting these love reality shows. Even Travis Kelce had his own his love show. Like everybody started kind of copying that formula. I feel like it started getting scripted when they started doing like celebrities. It wasn't just real people, like people that they was just inviting to audition and stuff like that. When they started to like do celebrities like the Kardashians, like Real Housewives, that franchise, and of course Love and Hip Hop, stuff like that. People who were kind of known for doing certain things. I feel like it got scripted then because I feel like there were probably contracts that they had to sign, the things that they were okay with sharing, the things that they weren't okay with sharing, and them having to fill in because they weren't okay with sharing certain things. So I feel like it became scripted when they started doing celebrities.
For
I
me,
don't think it became. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead. Go after.
For that particular show, I don't necessarily think it became scripted. I just think that the production team cut off what they want and what they don't want to make it seem more or less than. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
get what you're
it
saying.
could be more of the conversation could have went totally different, but because they cut that first part off or that ending part off, we only see that part. We only
Basically,
see
they keep
that.
the drama, basically.
Of
Yeah,
course.
and leave off everything else.
But
So they're probably
also,
really sharing it,
But
but they
also
just cut
on
it off.
some of those shows, if you think about it, if you were to do a reality TV, the formula is for you to actually this for it to be people's lives or whatever. It would be boring. Like just watching people live and do certain, that would be boring. So I feel like it needed a little bit of scripting
I think,
for it to be a little scripted.
but you think about Real World, it was entertaining and it wasn't scripted. It's natural drama that comes in when you bring people who are
Right.
from different areas in the country, make them all live in this house. You have to share this space with people that you don't know.
Right.
So it's kind of natural drama that happens from that.
That too, but I still feel like it's gonna be influenced. Like producers gonna be in somebody ear, like, "Hey, I need you to be the trouble starter. Like, come tell such and such this." I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be natural drama, but like they be trying to take things over their top sometimes just to make it a little bit more. Because it could be a situation where people are coming from different parts of the world and they getting along. They just having fun. They partying. And it ain't really no drama for real. And then
Yeah,
they're like, all right, that's going too good. I need you to go do this.
I I think the shift started to happen with Flavor of Love
You think so?
because you look back at Flavor of Love. I used to watch it with my mom. Actually, that was like one of the ones I was invested in too. She loved it, so I would watch it with her. And I remember we went to Virginia and put it on my grandma's TV, and my grandma was like, "What is this? All of these girls trying to get with Flavor Flav."
Same, grandma, same.
I was like, and
Yeah, I didn't know what the hype was about.
The TV, the camera
they
being
wanted to
there.
be on TV, so they did
Yeah.
wild stuff, and it sparked, like you said, a whole bunch of other shows. I Love New York came because of that, and then I Love New York had its own spinoff, which was Real Chance of
Yeah, Real
Love,
Chance of Love. I love Real and
and
Chance of Love.
Real passed away in
Yeah,
2015. Yeah,
I know. I love them, bro. Especially Chance.
so to be something funny, a side note, when Chance the Rapper first came out.
That's what you thought it was.
I swear to God, I was just like, "Oh snaps!" Chance blew up. I think the shift started to happen there, where it was like they're doing more drama stuff. Like, oh,
Right,
how wild can you get? Like,
right. Yeah,
these girls were fighting for him, literally fighting each other, backbiting each other. It was entertaining.
right.
So the entertainment factor got pushed up a whole
Yeah, they
lot.
exasperated you.
Yeah.
And I feel like in most reality TV, it's gonna be a little bit of influence, like somebody influencing them to do something. And also, it don't even got to be a producer or somebody saying nothing, but a camera is in my face all the time. I want to be the person who's getting the most attention. I'm gonna do some stuff so I can get the most attention.
Right.
So I think it's always something that was influencing people to act a certain type of way, act different than they would in real life.
Yeah. Do you think that reality TV is a bad influence?
It's a bad influence to who is influenced by it, I guess.
I think a lot of people see these shows or whatever, and think this is how things really are
You
in
think
real life.
so?
Some people do, because they will take that stuff and they realize that's why we have these videos where people world star, people, it's cool to film stuff before, but people weren't filming fights back before cell phones and reality was popular like that. If you filming a fight, it's a backyard brawl or something like that. It's not, I'm about to go over here and we're about to fight right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hold my phone.
Right. The fact that people was even watching, because they back then you watching a fight, I didn't even used to want to do that. I don't want to see nobody fight. It's never as good as people be trying to make it seem like it is.
What about you, Shamiko? You think reality TV is a bad influence?
I don't. I love it.
You don't think it's a bad influence because you love it?
No, I don't. I mean, I just don't think it's a bad influence. I mean, there's how can it influence me? Like, am I gonna start acting like that? I just don't think it's a bad influence. Not me. Um, maybe on maybe younger kids or kids, but adults, no.
I think it's a
People,
bad.
an adult, we're in our right mind, so you know we know right from wrong, so we know what we shouldn't be doing, what we should be doing.
Not all of those. And some
Not
people
all.
might
That's what
know
I'm saying.
right from wrong, and they still gonna do wrong.
True.
Yeah.
I I think that it's a bad influence, especially it should be age sensitive, but also people that don't have that maturity within themselves that are adults can be influenced by these TV shows and think that they get so invested in it like a sci-fi show or something like that where this is real
You
and
coming.
I'm gonna, where they could be beefing with somebody on TV and the fact is this is the real person. It's not a character.
They be taking on them people's beefs and dramas and
Yes.
Well,
going and
only
harassing
cyber, like
people
only on the social, like right.
on social
You gonna
media.
say, yeah, but as far as oh, well, this is what Krishan doing, or this is what such and such doing. I want to beat ass today. No, I mean, I'm just about to spaz out. No, I mean, as much as how music negatively influence people, I don't think uh I don't think the TV series influence people like that.
So you saying you don't think music influences people?
No, I say how music negatively influence people. I don't think reality TV have that effect on people. How music do.
What's the difference?
I'm curious too, actually.
Why is one influential but not the other?
I mean, it's just we see it day to day. Like when people is constantly listening to those songs and stuff like that, they like when if you're feeling it, you want to eventually live that life. For some people, I mean, just looking at it, I just think it's entertainment. Looking
Some
at
Right.
TV
I think
versus
some people can be influenced by that too because of that.
By both of them.
They binge it's hard. They're invested in these people's lives because they don't have lives of their own.
Nah, they really do. Do you really read the comments? Like sometimes I'll just be on social media reading the comments under certain videos. They be so invested in people they've never met before, and they'll be in the comments arguing. No, he is a real nigga. Like he a real nigga. He did this, whatever. And somebody be like, well, why he ain't killed such and such? And I'm like, why?
They love the ex Drake. I mean, the ex Dirt that.
Yeah, why he ain't? It's like, why do y'all want him to do that? What is wrong with y'all? It is sick.
And if that person pops up there, he's obviously gonna be a suspect.
Yeah. And people go push it. Oh, that tit for tat. We need to stop doing this, and we killing each other. But y'all just was telling that man that he was a punk for not killing somebody because they killed his friend.
People take it too serious.
They do.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's scary.
And when it becomes outside of entertainment, then it's dangerous. It's just this stuff is that's a kind of relates to the question I have. Does reality TV serve a purpose outside of entertainment?
No.
I don't think so.
I feel like there's such thing as a good reality show. Like I watched when I told you about called Love on Stage, where it's the only TV show where I found out where people actually literally got married. They're married now and they're having a baby off the show.
That's how Love is Blind and stuff like that. I don't think that everybody go on there to find love, but people really do, and people really they find love and they have good relationships with these people or whatever. I like shows like that. I like shows where people are going to find love, even if it's a few people that like serious, they just want to go and have sex. We need people like that in the house too.
I remember when it was taboo for them to even I remember Real World, one of the first seasons where one of the people was having sex on there, and it was just so taboo. Like he's really gonna do it. He's really gonna go.
Yeah. That it's like I came here to have sex. Like they made a show. Literally, they made a show called what do you call it? Some island where they trick the people into thinking that they going on another show, and then they tell them, oh, you can't have sex. If you have sex, if you kiss, we take away this amount of money. If you do this, we take away, they get money taken away.
How much money they have?
Right, they get it taken away.
How much money do they give them?
I think they give them 100,000. And
nobody wouldn't be able to touch me.
Bro, you be surprised like how many people would be doing that junk on purpose.
Oh, they gonna get weak. People gonna be weak. That's really hard.
It's crazy. And they got one called Temptation Island where couples go on there to test their relationships. It's like, oh, he won't marry me. Let's go to this island to see if what he gonna do. Are you dumb?
So
what's be funny? You know what be funny? The men be the faithful ones. The women be in there wilding.
You would think that you would think that the women would be. I mean, the men.
Not just the men. The black men. I'd be like, okay, black men. That's what I'm talking about. But the women, they be wilding.
The next question I have is, do you think that reality TV portrays Black people in a negative light?
I got that same question.
Great minds.
Of course, we're the bad people.
I think reality TV portrays everybody in a negative light. I just think Black people get more. I just feel like Black people get more backlash because the Kardashians wasn't positive. That show wasn't positive. The way that they acted towards each other, they were they were very toxic, codependent. Like
I definitely think it portrays us in a bad light.
I think it portrays everybody in one.
I haven't seen enough of the other ones to see, but
because you don't look at them. But I done watched some white people do some crazy stuff on reality TV.
Really?
Yes. just as bad. They argue and everything just like black people do, the fight and all of that. They do all of it. It's just I feel like what the black people do get pushed
That's what I was gonna say.
more.
It's more prevalent though. Like the black reality shows are more popular than the white ones, aren't they?
Right. They are. They're getting more reality show, and I guess to bring that audience. To
I,
bring the audience or whatever, but yeah, the white people be lit too.
I feel like it makes people form an opinion about us, especially people that don't live in this country that could see a Love and Hip Hop or because there's a bunch of those Love and Hip Hop shows that could see
There's a
that,
lot of them.
and it gets pushed to them, and then they come to America and think that we're all like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree, but it's definitely the other, like I didn't watch a bunch of what a show called Shaws of Sunset. They've done some crazy things to each other, different races. Because I think Shaws of Sunset is like Arabian people, something like that. They all be drama, just like Real Housewives, just like Love and Hip Hop. They all be like that. It's just like you said, it's more black shows, so it looks like it's only black people that do that. But yeah, I'll be watching all of them. I used to. I haven't in a while.
I wish that they would have different uh different aspects of our community in those reality TV shows, which I don't feel like they do. That's why I kind of tuned out because it was just like drama every week. The last time I watched
It was getting stupid.
a full episode, and it's been a while. It's been a while. Was when Stevie J was fighting Lil Scrappy, and that was the
They was
only
rolling
reason.
in the bushes.
Yeah, that's the only reason I watched it.
So you could see the fight.
Yeah, because it was just like, oh yeah, I remember I was watching TV or something, and it was being pushed on one of the channels I was watching, and it was just like, yeah, in the preview they kept showing them they about to fight, and they were, how they.
It was not a fight.
I was like, this is not even a fight.
It was rolling around in them bushes. And then all of a sudden, Little Scrappy got asthma.
And then, yeah, that's the last time I watched like a whole episode, but I haven't watched the season.
I watched a good bit of Love and Hip Hop. It was just when I think I stopped watching it when I had satellite, we switched from satellite and we started doing the stream and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I was still watching it then, but it was getting boring to me. It kept being the same thing. Like Carly Red is not going to get proposed to every season. Come on, bro. Every season somebody proposing to her.
The last when I watched in its entirety was Love on Stage, and I like the setup of it. It's a smaller thing, but it's on Kev on Stage app, Kev on Stage Studios app. The setup for the show was much different though, because it was virtual, and they're still gonna do it that way. So you're gonna talk to the person. It's different kind of dates like that I don't see on any other show. Like the first one is like they say bring something from your past, bring something that shows who you are. Like it's really like geared towards you getting to know each other. It's just being filmed.
That's how Love is Blind is.
Like when I want shows like that, like where people actually
They
find
out
love.
there. They out there.
I didn't know Love is Blind was like that though.
Yeah, it's like that. They date each other in these pods. They're not able to see each other, and so they talk a lot. They do a lot of talking about stuff, and they also do stuff like that, like items and stuff. Like one girl baked the guy cupcakes for his birthday, and so like she had his whole like pod set up for his birthday or whatever.
Oh wow!
And when they went on their like date, they kind of like celebrated his birthday together. So like, yeah, it shows like that. It's just that you have to find them, usually on Netflix.
Have they ever been like successful couples out there though? Like
yeah,
really?
Lauren and Cameron is one of them. It's a lot of those date shows that be having couples that stay together, and some have couples that be together but they break up, but that's normal. But people gonna look at it and be like, well, they never really liked each other, and that's not always true. Sometimes it just didn't work out in the real world. It could be you could be in those places, in those spaces, and fall in love with somebody and have a good relationship with them, but that don't mean it's gonna work in the real world.
Right.
Especially you live this place, they live that place, you ain't want to move, you know.
That was one of the things that they talked about too on that show, which was you have to do something to make it work, because
Right.
you living here and them living here, it's not gonna work. Y'all gonna have to
Right. And some
figure it
people are
out.
not willing to do that.
Oh
So
yeah, for real.
they'll give up their relationship.
Especially if you established. You know, you don't.
But yeah, even people who don't leave the show with a significant other, I see them getting in relationships afterwards. Sometimes with somebody else who was on the show that they didn't match with, stuff like that. They have babies, they have families and stuff. So they work for people who really want to do it. It's always going to be people that's just there for TV. Always.
Would you ever consider going on a reality show? And what would be the circumstances for you to go? Like, what kind of shows would you go?
If I was going to do a reality show, it would have to be one that I produce. I'm not going on a reality show where nobody else produce. But it depends though. I be saying like, I need to go to Love is Blind. I need to go to, bruh, I'm not marrying nobody. That's why I wouldn't do it. I ain't marrying nobody. I'm wasting somebody's time. I need more time. A couple of weeks. Mm-mm.
I know me for sure. I would not go on anything like Love and Hip Hop.
Oh no, nothing like that.
Nothing like that. I don't really want my life to be documented that way. I would rather do a documentary.
Right.
Like instead of like, follow me around. No, you can film me for this set of time. Like you said, I'm producing this though.
Right.
It'll be
That's
real
the
because
only way.
I want to do something like that for my albums, my books, and everything. Like, but I'm producing this. Like,
exactly.
It's not gonna be no foolery, no stupidity. No, you gonna get the viral moment out of no
family. I ain't put my family on TV.
I would, but
they
would have to be under my supervision. Like you're gonna be interviewed for this.
Yeah.
And then if you say something stupid, I'm cutting it out.
Right. Because what is you talking about? Like, I'm definitely about to get to a space where I'm successful. I'm so happen to get married to somebody. It would be cool to do a show like how Iman and Tiana Taylor did. Their show was great. It wasn't no
I had
drama.
heard about that one actually.
It was amazing. It was an amazing show. I don't know why they still not doing it, but that was amazing.
I would also consider doing a competition show, especially when it comes to like hip hop, rap. I would do something like that. Like
I would do something like that too for writers.
What was that one called that
we don't get stuff
that D Smoke was on? What was that one that D Smoke was on? The Rap Game or
the rap game. I think it's the Rap Game.
That show was really, really good. And I like the fact that D Smoke said afterwards there was certain stuff that they tried to get him to do. That he
That's why I say reality TV is scripted always to an extent, because when you see those people outside, because I remember watching a few people who was doing interviews. There was one called X on the Beach, and they was talking about how they would manipulate situations, like the producers would manipulate situations for there to be drama. Like they could be in the house just chilling, like having fun, and the producers would manipulate situations.
Yeah, definitely.
For drama, or tell you how to express something. Like it's a love show, but they telling you what type of feelings to feel.
I remember there was one, it's a viral clip that people use to this day in like gifts and stuff like that, where somebody was throwing a drink on somebody else, but they broke it down and the person that they made seem like threw the drink did not. You can see that the drink was thrown off camera. It was a producer that threw the drink on somebody.
That is crazy.
Or they were purposely like, I can't remember who the star was. This somebody on Love
or
and Hip.
Put you in a room with somebody that they know you don't like.
Right. It was somebody else that they I can't remember the name, but they would literally ride around to get them drunk. Like they would just drive around circles, just keep drinking, and then now you go into this situation, you drunk. Now you're more liable to do something stupid. That was one of my questions too. Is do you think that reality TV is reality now?
It's not. No. It's a whole lot of acting, a whole lot of people pretending to be doing stuff that they're not doing. I just moved in my new house every season. You move into a new house every season?
Not living like that.
Like, get out of here. They pretending to have things that they don't have, doing things that they don't want to do. Love hip hop, never about hip hop. Where's the hip hop?
That's what I was wondering too, because I'm like, I'm a hip hop super fan.
I know I didn't want to see Young Jock and Carly Red in a relationship. I wanted to see why he ain't doing music no more because that album was fire. I want to see what happened in his life.
I would love to like I said, do a competition one though, like especially like hip hop or writers, like you said, because they don't get enough
do
shine.
nothing for us. We don't do nothing. They don't have anything for us.
And there'd be different creative ways to do something like that. That's a whole realm of tea that hasn't been explored.
Right. Which is why we need to stop talking about it.
Oh, for real, yeah. Somebody will get an idea. You know, I was watching this podcast and then I just oh no, buddy. No. You ain't getting no free ideas off of me.
Exactly.
But I would love to go on a hip hop show. But the hard part for me would be it's literally a popularity contest on a lot of these. I want it to be about skill.
It's not even about talent and skill.
Yeah, I want it to be about skill because I could hold my own against anybody. I feel like when it comes to hip hop, but I don't have the look, you know?
Yeah.
Even when I was younger, people would be like, they would be so shocked when I start rapping and be like, that's you. Like, how am I supposed to rap? I'm supposed to suck because I look like some, I don't look like everybody else.
Look like what? Like, what is this look?
And then I remember I had battled this kid and everybody thought he was a pretty boy. They called him Romeo at my school. And everybody loved him. And so I was just like, I'm going to destroy you in a battle in front of everybody. Because you keep talking stuff to me like you better than me. So we would do like things called text battles. Like we were like, not text battles, but like written battles. So we were like 2 bars in class. So I would write 2 bars and rap them in the class. I was getting them. So I knew I must destroy you, bro. I'm really going to kill you. So lunchtime came, I killed him. And everybody was still cheering for him because he was popular. Lame. I still got, even though they got the reaction, I got the reaction to it, but ooh, we said that to you. Like, people was really like, and I'm like, okay, they're going to say I won. Oh, you got it. And afterwards, he like tried a little bro me. He was just like,
not pretty privilege.
Yeah, for real. He tried a little bro me afterwards. So you gotta do this. I'm like, bro, I rap better than you. What are you
Excuse me?
What are you talking about? Like, no.
You won off of that face, sir.
Exactly. That's why you won. All the girls wanted to talk to you afterwards. That's why.
That always was so lame to me.
Right.
People used to be lame. And then they look at people like us like we're lame because we not a part of that crowd or whatever. But y'all are lame.
Extra lame. There was another battle situation like that happened at this party. And like it's crazy because I was so depressed at this party because I showed up for this this girl. It was like I talked to her on the phone. Back in the day, people would like get on the phone or whatever. Oh, you sound cute. So the girl said I sound cute. I was talking to one of my friends that he lived in a foster home. So I pulled up and her name was Antonia. Yeah, I'm saying her name. I don't care. Because she was really vain because she said I sound cute on the phone. I didn't care about how she looked. I was just like, okay, you want to talk? Let's talk. And then, so we met up and I saw her and she was just like, she acted extra dirty to me when I got there. So
if I talked to somebody on the phone like that and I saw them and they didn't look how I thought they were going to look, I would play it off until I'm not around them no more. Like, that's messed up.
Like, she really did me dirty, like, and had me embarrassed in the party. And I'm like, I didn't realize it. I couldn't take social cues at first, but she was just like, ugh, and then walked away.
That's so messed up.
I was like, but you said you
if they was a cool person, if they were cool, what's the difference now?
Exactly. That's how I felt. Let's have a conversation. At least talk to me. Right. But she didn't talk to me, so I was feeling bad because it had a couple of situations at the party. But one thing that always drew me in was music. So they were doing like a little battle thing. They had a DJ booth set up and they went into battle. This guy said he had a label. He said, I put anybody up against my son. Don't say them words to me. It's like, when you go into a room and they say, I could kick everybody ass in here.
And you like, who?
Yeah. For me, when it comes to rapping, like, you talking to me. I'm ready. So like, I'll tell you, I promise you, I was outside and sitting there like, and as soon as I heard him say, anybody take on my son, I'm up there. Let's go. So I get up there. I beat his son clearly. And he was just like, oh no, see, I'll give you my card or something. No, but yeah, my son better than you. I'm like, everybody at this party was cheering for me. Like, you did it. Oh, who you think won?
Nobody was ever going to beat that man's son. Nobody was ever going to beat. That was a setup.
Oh, it wasn't set up.
Nobody
I'm just
was
like,
ever going to be his son.
I'm sorry. I don't care if it's my son, my daughter. When it comes to music, if you lost, you lost. I'm gonna tell you, like, I love you, but you got to do better.
Right.
You got to, because this how the game is. You got to be better.
That's why people be thinking they good, they be trash, because people be enabling them. I remember my ex said he said people was telling that he was better than Kendrick Lamar. I was like, nigga, if you don't shut up, well, I hurt his feelings for real. I was like, no, you died.
I've been in a bunch of situations like that too, where people was like, they swear they ill, and then I listened to it and I'm just like, I had a good friend like that too, and I kept
he wasn't bad, he was good, he just wasn't better than Kendrick Lamar.
I had a good friend who really sucked, and he thought he was really good. And I kept trying to get him to get, like, I was like, he was able to be good if he would just focus. But he thought he was the best, so he's like, I don't need to write nothing down. I can just freestyle. I'm like, nigga, you are not Jay-Z. You are not Lil Wayne. Like, you need to write.
Right.
And like, I would show him like the difference in skill a whole lot. And then he would be like, oh no, I'm still, I'm that nigga. And I'm just like, you're not though. You're embarrassing yourself.
Thinking you that nigga don't mean that you that nigga.
You not that nigga just because you think you that nigga.
Right. Just the thought. He would be like, you could be anything, though. You can't.
No, you cannot. Especially when it comes to
you cannot be anything you want to be.
What were some of your favorite reality TV shows to watch?
To tell you the truth, I liked most reality TV shows. Like, I like some of everything. I'm watching all of it. Like I said, I used to watch all like different types, like different races, different families, different groups of people, whatever. If it was interesting, if it caught my interest, I was gonna watch it. But I'll say some of my favorites were you remember when Ray J had that show?
Is that the one that he kept doing his sunglasses thing on? Where they kept going, or his hat, and it was like his hat was just like.
I think so. No, that was on Love and Hip Hop when that happened. But remember, he had that love show. Hey, remember that girl Danger? She had like a tattoo, and they were singing "Danger." She smashed a homie. Danger. She smashed a homie because he found out that she had sex with one of his friends that was there. That show was so lame. His friends were so lame. Like, it just was lame. That's exactly what I would have expected from Ray J. But I liked Flavor of Love, of course. But I like reality shows like you said, The Real World, The Challenge. I liked Next because it was different, and nobody ever did a show like that again. Like, to me, that was different. Like, having them speed date type things or whatever.
Oh, that was so cool. And you got the other people sitting in the van waiting to go.
Right. Like, that was so, to me, it was so interesting. And nobody ever like did it again. But I like reality shows like Love is Blind, Married at First Sight. What else do I be watching? I cannot remember the name of that show where they can't have sex. I liked Temptation Island, but I don't think they kept with that. They also had one where were they naked? Like they were dating naked or something like that.
What?
Like I said, I watch all of. I used to watch all types of reality shows. I used to watch, yeah, it was one where they were date naked.
That's interesting.
It was very interesting. What else? Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that too, but they didn't have the substance. Like I just would just watch that whenever I didn't feel like whenever I needed something mindless to do, where I didn't
Right.
want to use my brain. I'll watch
Right.
stuff like that. It was cool, but it started to get corny. And they still doing it, right? They like putting all of the like cities together, kind of. They taking like the popular people from all of the different cities and like putting them like the reunion, and they having stuff where they having like real conversations and stuff now. Like I feel like it's a lot better now because of that, because it's so many things that has happened in that franchise, and so many people have been hurt by others. So they're doing these shows like the reunion, and they're trying to like talk about these issues and stuff like that. Try to resolve some of their problems and stuff. Like it's more emotional now. But do I watch it? No, because I have to, if I gotta go out my way to look for it, 9 times out of 10 I watch it. But yeah, my favorites of all of those though are like the challenge and stuff like that. And like I said, the Love is Blind and stuff like that. Things that are not drama, you know?
Yeah. Some of my favorites were American Idol, Real World, World Rules, which is what the challenge pretty much came from, right? It was because
I think I done seen Road Rules. I can't remember it though.
because they would do they do Real World, they do World Rules. They would kind of run simultaneously, and then the next year they would do Real World versus Road Rules challenge. I think that's where the challenge show came from. They would have them do like a little competitions and stuff
I
like that.
wanted to go in there so bad.
Another one I really liked was Fear Factor.
Oh, I forgot about Fear Factor. I like Fear Factor too.
It's funny to me because like what are you gonna do
I
for this money?
love seeing people scared for some reason. It's crazy. I just love seeing it.
It's so funny to me because like what are you gonna do for this? I absolutely hate spiders.
Spiders. I'm so scared of spiders. Bro.
So you have to sit inside of this chamber with spiders. I'm just sitting there like their faces and everything is so funny to me.
Yo, I love shows like that too.
It's so funny to me. It reminds me of an episode of Maury where this girl said she was afraid of pickles or something like that.
And they brought some pickles out.
She was like, ah!
Bro, how are you afraid of pickles? Why?
I was honestly thinking that she was faking it, but I'm not trying to say that her phobia is not real, but come on now. Come on now.
Nah, I feel you. Because wait.
Where does that
come scared from? You scared of ketchup.
And then the other two probably my favorites were Flavor of Love and I Love New York, because they were it's very entertaining, and it brings back like good memories with my mom, you know. So like we were sitting there like debating on what they were gonna do next. You know, who you think's gonna win? And the thing about those shows too was people would use those shows as a launching pad a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they still do that for reality TV shows.
You think so?
They do. That's why I say some people just go in there for their career.
Because I know that the Real World, I used to watch.
You start seeing them in movies.
The Miz wanted to be a wrestler off of there, and now he's a wrestler, a bona fide Hall of Famer now. Like
Miz,
awesome. Like I remember he used to like be on Real. Did you watch the season that he was on?
Annoying. So I don't remember.
He was.
That was a season with CT them. Johnny Bananas.
I could not remember who else was on his season.
Sheesh.
I just remember him.
I be getting them mixed up. Like I get them all mixed up?
I
Because
think it was-
sometimes there would be people repeat. Well, the challenge would repeat the people.
I think that was like Real World in New York though, and I remember he was doing like stuff, and people was making fun of him because he would like jump off the bed and do wrestling moves and stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's not gonna make it." And then to now see him, now he is a bona fide
Right.
superstar because of it.
And he's awesome.
Like if you would have told me that
Aggravating.
he would have been like one of the best heels in the game and on the mic, he is like that's part of wrestling that people don't take account for is you got to sell the fight. You have a
Yeah, he's great at what he does now because he's
very
getting on my nerves.
very good. I was having a debate with my wife about that before, and she said I didn't like her angle. I was like, you weren't supposed to.
Right, he was a villain.
That's why I liked it. That's why I like these certain people because you are so good at your job that it's like you are
Stone Cold.
Woo,
Bro, I love him.
we The Rock too. Like these people
The
are
Rock, yeah.
all these people that are really good at wrestling are good because in-ring stuff is good, important too. But
Right.
just as important is off what you do off the ring on the mic. You know, you gotta sell the fight. Make me hate you, like
Yeah.
make me really really like you, like John Cena.
Or annoyed. Yeah, I
Right.
love John Cena.
He was able to.
I loved him until he started doing reality TV, and I'm like,
I heard about that show too, where he was doing Nikki Bella real bad,
woo.
real bad.
I'm like, dang, I love John Cena. Like, why you had to get on reality TV?
But those are some of the. Tough Enough. Speaking of wrestling, was when I really
Tough
liked.
enough. I ain't never saw that. I don't think.
That was a show they did where people would be trying to get a wrestling contract. I like the newer seasons more than the older ones
I
because
probably did see that.
the older seasons were cool. Like the Miz was on that too, so he went from the Real World, and then a couple years later he was on Tough Enough, and he didn't even win that season. That's the crazy thing. The person that won that season is not even wrestling anymore.
That had be. I used to watch America's Next Top Model too. That was one that I was invested in, and I stopped watching it because they were racist.
For real.
They were racist. Now I watched a season on America's Next Top Model where it was this dark skinned girl with a bald head, and it was like, we don't want somebody who's just like every dark skinned girls with bald heads, and picked the same white girl that they pick all the time.
What?
They always do that. And it's like they all look alike. You just told this girl that she look like every dark skinned bald headed model, and you go pick a girl that look like every white model. It just was getting ridiculous to me.
I already knew that those shows were set up for like that anyway, though. It's what the white people want to see.
Yeah.
So they're gonna relegate the black people to always being, unless you're the
not good enough, you ain't good enough.
Unless it's the acceptable black people.
Black. Right.
Before I ask, I have one more, but you could fire off some of your questions. Unless we touched on.
Was the same as yours. Oh, what do you think draws people to reality TV?
The same thing that draws people to all TV is that for that second you know how to think. You know, you are just it's entertaining for that time and period. Whatever's going on in your life stops, and you can just be there
Right.
with them people.
Yeah, that's why I watch it.
Or it could be a bonding thing between
to
people,
have those moments.
For me, it was a bonding thing with my mom because we were sitting there really like, what's gonna happen? Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav.
My mama never watched reality TV like that. She like Real Housewives. She loved Candy.
My mom was watching all of them shows. Remember back when they had cable and you had the DVR, and then you could look through the list. I promise you, over half the list was reality TV. So
we used to record wrestling on our DVR.
I did
my
too.
brothers.
No, I'm gonna take you back. I used to record wrestling on my VCR.
Saying
In my room.
what? One time we didn't have satellites. My mama used to take the VCR, the VHS tape to work and record. Like, let's say they was having the awards. She would record it, and she would bring it home, and we would just sit in the living room and watch the BET Awards.
There's nothing like that old feeling. Like now everything's like right at your fingertips. If you ain't seen it, you can find a way to watch it.
Right.
But there were certain things that you had to be there or catch the rerun, or if you didn't record it, you was asked
Yep.
out.
Yeah,
And
you
then
didn't see it.
and you get to school, everybody talking about it. It's like,
And you left out.
I didn't even see it.
Now, if you can't pay for it, you can literally go to any app, whatever, find
Exactly. Find
it,
it.
watch it.
You ain't missing nothing. Real time too. Like that's the thing. Like real time, you can catch anything. It's beautiful. Like now, it's because it was so hard back then, but it made you be attentive, and if you were in the end with it, like it was these conversations going on between everybody.
Mm-hmm. You was gonna miss out if you missed it. If you ain't had it. I used to watch a lot of stuff, and then used to talk about it in the groups and stuff. I wouldn't talk about it with people like that. 'Cause I didn't care about doing that.
What about for you though? What do you think draws people to it?
I think the same thing, like just having something entertaining to watch, like not having to, because sometimes I think the balance is cool. Everything don't gotta have substance. Everything don't have to be something that you take knowledge from, something that draws emotions from you and stuff like that. It's cool to watch things that don't make you feel nothing. Like it's just entertaining or whatever. So I think that just being bored, not really having nothing to do, wanting to see other people live their lives because you ain't really doing nothing. So that's what I think.
It is good entertainment, but it should be just that.
Right.
Leave it there. You are not in these people's lives just because you see them.
Right.
Just
because you don't know these people.
You don't know these people. These people are putting on a facade a lot of the time because producers are pushing them to do certain things.
Right.
And this is not really them. Oh, they stupid or whatever. You know what? I kind of have a different respect for people because they're making money off of it. So it's kind of the same thing as somebody doing something for
acting.
It's acting.
Mm-hmm. It ain't no different than that.
It's gonna come a day where it's gonna be like wrestling, where people are gonna find out that it's not, what it is, and then
I mean, they already doing that because the people who's on reality TV got YouTube channels. Yeah. That's where I learned a lot of that stuff at. They talk about what happens behind the scenes.
My next question is: what are some of your favorite reality TV moments throughout the history?
Reality TV moments. Let me think. Of course, Flavor of Love when what that girl name is, a white girl spit on New York.
Wild.
That was crazy. What else? Also that fight with what that girl, I'll be forgetting their name because the show's so long. I mean, it's so old. Like, okay. I'll say on the challenge where on the challenge where it was the season where Johnny Bananas was paired with, I think the girl name is Sarah or whatever, and at the end they were partners, so they asked at the end, do you want to split the money or are you gonna take it for yourself? Because even though you're partners, if you come in first place, you get to decide. So Johnny Bananas decided that he wasn't going to split the money with her. Ever since he decided to take that money from that girl, he lost. Ever since then, every episode that he was on, he was getting kicked out so fast because he's like kind of like a challenge legend. Johnny, CT, Zach, those. I think Johnny had won the most challenges, if I'm not mistaken. But after that, he wasn't even getting to like the second, third episode a lot of times. It's like she put a curse on him after that jump. That was memorable because it's funny because number one, I don't like him. I don't like him. So it's like, bruh, you that's that karma. Because you should have split that money with that girl because she helped you win that money. Um, let me think. Mm, I'm trying to think of the love and hip hop moments. The Stevie J and Lil Scrappy fight was underwhelming. So I ain't gonna say, but it is a memorable moment.
It was funny to me. It was funny.
Oh, when the OG Love and Hip Hop, when Chrissy fought Erica, was that Erica that she fought? No, that was Cambella, because Cambella was telling what's the girl name? Jewel's baby mama that she used to talk to him, and Chrissy just like jumped on her and like was beating her up. That's memorable. The little thing with on Real Housewives of Atlanta, the little thing between Phaedra, Portia, and Candy, where they try to say basically they were trying to say she was a rapist because she was trying to say that Candy something about she put something in her drink and they tried to take advantage of her, whatever. Like that was a whole thing, but it was messed up, but it was memorable. I'm trying to think of I can't think of the old ones because they so old. Also, what was it at Charm School with Monique? When Monique was telling what that girl name? Was it Shay that she was telling off? I think it was Shay.
I'd never watched that show, but I saw the like
Bucky.
highlights of it sometimes.
I think Bucky is her name, right? Shay Johnson. She was on Flavor of Love. Flavor Flav named her Bucky. It was either her or Boots, if I'm not mistaken.
I remember Boots.
You don't remember Bucky?
Not really. That might have been the character though, because they all had some names.
She probably wasn't on there. She probably wasn't on there long, but no, she's still in TV. She was on Real House. She was on Love and Hip Hop.
Really?
Yeah. Miami. She was supposedly dating Pleasure. I can't think of it. Let me think. You could go ahead. Let me think of something right now.
Some of my favorite moments, reality TV. One was do you remember the band? Making the band?
I remember that.
When it was the rap one, not the singing one, but I watched the rap one when
I don't think I watched the rap one.
Man, it was this Enes. I don't know if you know who Enes is. He's a battle rapper to this day. And the other guy was named Chopper. And
I did watch that one.
Yeah, they kept getting in the fight. Like
I remember that. I did watch that one.
Over and over. It was hilarious to me how much they kept fighting. Like I'm just like that. You knew that these was two niggas from the hood, because this was not like something that was like they were trying to do. These niggas just did not know how to coexist with other people. Right. So they just start fighting each other in the house. And then Diddy had to come back and sit down with them like some kids. I'm just like, I come back.
Yeah, I remember
y'all keep
that
messing
Chopper.
up my house.
That Chopper. I remember that when you say Chopper.
And then
Chopper.
Also from that show was when Diddy made them walk to get him some cheesecake. Like, what? He had them walk far too. It was like real far.
He was abusive.
He was really abusive. I'm sorry. I don't want to that bad. I'm not walking to get you nothing.
He was abusive on that show.
What does this have to do with rapping?
Right.
Nothing at all.
That nigga is psychotic.
He really is. He about to be exposed for some of the stuff he done, the sexual stuff. Everybody, like he got some weird fetishes.
I can't imagine the stuff that he done. I cannot imagine.
But that was one of my favorites. Also, I should have mentioned that, Making the Band, because like I was really invested in that, and when they made it, and then they just didn't last. But the cheesecake one, and he also had them. Oh, you're not a real hip hop fan if you don't know all the words to Juicy by Biggie, and I'm like, as much as I love hip hop, there's a bunch of songs that I probably don't know all the words to. Now, Juicy was one that I did know a lot of the words to, but I'm like, that's because I was a Biggie fan. But is he trying to tell me that if somebody's not a Biggie fan, they're not a hip hop fan? Like, come on now. So he really he made him do a whole lot of extra stuff. So
he was sadistic.
Something else that's one of my favorite things is the first 3 seasons of American Idol, when it got down to the last 2, like I really couldn't pick. Except for between Ruben and Clay, because I was of course I'm gonna choose black.
Right.
But it was kind of hard.
What about Justin and Kelly? Who you wanted to win?
It was really hard for me to choose with those two.
I was team Justin.
I'm trying to think how I felt back then. I think I was Justin too, because
I was team Justin.
Because there was one part, and it was like it sold me on him. I was like, okay, he versatile, like he could really, really sing, and I'm like, she can too though.
Yeah, Kelly can blow.
Yeah, but I'm like, he got it, he gonna win. And
I ain't gonna lie, I wanted him to win.
And then Ruben versus Clay, when they did the last sing off or whatever, and I'm just like, Clay, I'm not even gonna be mad if you win, bro, because you could really, really sing. Like,
yeah, they could. The first 3 seasons they were singing.
Yeah, it was something else about the first 3 seasons, and then the one that Fantasia and Jennifer Hudson was on, it should have been down to them 2 last.
It should have been down to them 2,
because to be honest, I had looked it up and I'm like, I do not know who the person was that Fantasia that went against Fantasia.
Me neither.
But we all remember Jennifer Hudson from that season.
Yeah, and she
they should have had something with the fans could have saved them, or the stars on there could have saved them, because they know Jennifer Hudson was a star.
Yeah. Like, I think sometimes people like Jennifer Hudson be too much for certain people.
Yeah. Because she was singing at a level
so amazing,
at a level that some stars can't.
That contest wouldn't have gotten far.
No.
Where she would have crushed everybody.
Yep. Because her voice is like those powerful voices of the past, like Aretha. These are powerful. Like you know, it's undeniable. Like you guys start doing them riffs and stuff, and you just like, you in the competition, you gonna quit. See her.
Like, God dang, can I even sing?
Especially you gotta
I don't even think I can sing. Sometimes I do be hearing people's voice and I be thinking to myself, bro, I can't sing. Because God dang. I ain't got it like that.
That was some of my favorite. Also, when it did
Bad Girls Club. Ooh, a lot of those moments for Bad Girls Club. Like that first season where Ty and what a white girl she fought. She knows she ain't had to do that girl like that. I forgot that girl name, Tanisha, and the girl Kaylee. I think it was Kaylee.
I don't think I ever watched that show. I heard about it though.
I used to watch Bad Girls Club every season until it got done. The first couple of seasons was good.
Any of the fights that happened on Flavor of Love.
What about that moment where Delicious had outsing that girl? She was singing the Flav, and Delicious was just sitting at the table like rolling her eyes or whatever. Like, girl, you cannot sing. And Flav was like, "Can you do better?" And then she started singing. I was like, bro, that was a setup. She knew she could outsing that girl.
Right. Delicious had the yams though. Delicious was double caked up.
And I want to know why she ain't sing, because she could sing. Well, she ain't no singer, but yeah, she had the yams.
For real. Her and Hoops. They was both caked up for real. I was just like,
Boots too. Boots and Shay did too.
You could see why he was choosing them girls.
Yeah, they was thick.
I was just looking at the white girls like, y'all got
no chance.
Every
moment that New York was on the screen.
Yes.
Because I swear she that's a star right there. Every moment she was on the screen.
She made herself a star.
Right.
I think she didn't capitalize on it like she should have.
Right.
Because she did take some acting classes, but for me, if she would have been on it, like she still would have been famous right now because she has star power. She's able to take over a
Yeah,
ring.
New York
So
was a star. Like,
that's why they gave her
you
her own
gonna know
show.
she there. You gonna know she there.
She was though that show too, and then the fact that Flavor of Love had 3 spinoffs because of that, because of his show, and his show had 2 seasons. I Love New York had 2 seasons. Real Chance of Love. I'm like, this is because people are using this.
And the fact that Real and Chance just like stole our hearts to the point that they gave them their own show.
I really wanted them to win. I wanted her to choose Real or Chance. I didn't care which one. I'm just like, choose one of them niggas. And then what's his name blew up off of there too? David Otunga.
I was about to say him too.
Yeah, he went to wrestling
David
too.
Otunga.
Yeah, he got with Jennifer Hudson. She did him wrong.
What she did?
She accused him of abusing her, and it was like unsubstantiated claims.
I think I remember that.
So it was like she was just trying to make it to where he couldn't see his kids. And it was obvious she was doing it. Like it was like
I think I remember that.
He just wanted to see his babies. Like you had the power to do something to him. That's why this happened. Like you had the power. He was just David Otunga. He wasn't as big as you are, and still not. He's
still not. Yeah.
He made it big in wrestling, pretty big, but still he's not even popular in wrestling no more.
Right.
One thing, one of my memorable moments was, I can't remember who it was, but on Tough Enough, they would like the first day of training would be people just falling on their back, because to be a wrestler, you just have to be able to take those bumps. And like somebody,
I wish I could be one so bad.
Me too. I want to be at least like Snoop Dogg did at WrestleMania. He actually called an audible because Shane McMahon came in and got hurt. And that's why I know Snoop is an entertainer at heart. Because, okay, this didn't work out. Shane fell down on the ground, was really hurt. And then he went, punched the Miz, did a freaking people's elbow, and pinned the Miz.
Bro, I don't remember that.
This
I remember a lot of wrestling.
No, that just happened. That was just this year.
But I don't remember a lot of wrestling, bro.
It was
just start back watching it too.
I'm gonna start sending you the clips, and then I got this app I'm gonna send you to called Dofu. We can start watching Raw together.
Okay.
Because it's getting back good and interesting. But one of the things, I remember it was JR. You remember JR, the commentator?
So wrestling?
Yeah. So he was one of the people that was picking the people, right? And so somebody was just like, you basically had to show what you could do. That why should we pick you type of phase. And this guy tried to do a kip up, where you lay on your back and try to jump up. And he did it like 3 times. It just kept falling. He did not jump.
Talk about on this show Tough Enough.
Yeah.
It was another one. Wasn't it?
Another wrestling show?
Yeah, it wasn't.
It might have been.
Because I think it probably was Tough Enough that I'm thinking about. Who was hosting that? Who was hosting
it? Different people every season. One season they had Hulk Hogan on there. Another season they had
what's the thing with Stone Cold? He had a show.
Recently? Like
I don't know.
Like past 5 years or so? His show was
probably
like
longer than that.
It was like he would just go around to different places and like talk to different like stars or whatever, like and like do what they do. Like he went to like a NASCAR racers.
I thought he had a wrestling show, or he was on it. Maybe
he was one of the hosts of one of the seasons of Tough Enough.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I did see it, but probably just his season.
Yeah, but that guy, I can't remember. He got embarrassed though because he kept trying to do it, and just like you could see JR's face when he kept trying to do the kip up and falling, and he was just like,
like you don't got it. Just stop.
It's like, no, I think you gotta go home, buddy. And then the other part, I said they kept falling, and people start throwing up and everything, and it was just like, oh, they thought wrestling was gonna be easy. No, this is a real job. This is a real job, buddy. They're like, oh, wrestling is fake.
I
Okay,
swear I could do that job. I wish I could do it.
I would want to do at least this one match, have a real good match out there. Like this is a one classic, and then be able to hold up a belt. Like
Right.
I will already know I want to have a really bomb interest music and everything.
If I had sickle cell, I would have done that job. That or the lingerie football league.
Really?
I'm right there playing football. I sure would.
But yeah, that was some of my favorite memories from reality TV. It gave me a lot of good moments, feel good moments. Like these are good memories. So I don't feel like it's all bad that people try to portray it to be.
Right.
As long as you view it from that lens. Now, like I said, kids should not be watching this stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff. It shouldn't be pushed to them.
Even though as a kid we was watching it.
Oh yeah, we sure was. We sure was. I should not have been watching Real World at that age. They was in there on there doing it for real.
They were. I was watching it.
That was one of the first shows I really wanted to be on. I'm gonna get older. I'm gonna be on Real World. I wanted to make tape and everything to send in the tape so I could be on there.
You should have done it.
Oh man. But any final thoughts before we get out of here? I just said
final thoughts. Like I feel like reality TV, like you said, it does get a bad rep, but I feel like it can be good. There are some things. I feel like now, like they have more variety of what they're doing now. They getting a lot of the the love relationship shows back. I see they finally got one for LGBT for women, for I gonna say women, for LGBT people. They got I forgot the name of it, but they finally got one. That's gonna be on Netflix. So yeah, I feel like more doors are gonna open, more people are gonna pitch more ideas or whatever, and the formula hopefully will be different.
It's time for a change, I think. It is, because this stuff is kind of getting old than what they have on now. And it's kind of formulaic, and the formula worked for a good amount of time, but come on now. Yeah. Something different. Y'all gotta be more creative now.
They do. Like that Baddie Central is stupid.
But I just said final thoughts reminded me of how Jerry Springer used to end his shows. He just passed away.
He did?
Yeah, he just passed away I think yesterday. Or the day before yesterday.
Dang.
Jerry Springer just passed away. And then the crazy thing is, the same day he passed, Carolyn Bryant, the one that accused Emmett Till of touching her and stuff, died. The same day as Jerry Springer. And everybody was just like, people were making fun of her on TikTok, like when she gets to heaven.
Listen to everything.
When she gets to heaven, and I'm gonna send you the video that I see it. When she gets to heaven and Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, everybody waiting on her, like, what's up?
Definitely not going to heaven.
Oh yeah, she going to hell.
She definitely not going to
heaven. If it's a hell, you going to it.
She going to that.
You one of the people that deserve it, because you really all these years, you let that boy be killed because you lied. Don't get me started on that one. We could talk about that another podcast.
Right. But
this has been fun. Thank you for coming back on with me, Boonie.
You're welcome. No problem.
This has been another episode of the Raw Educated Analysis of Life podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the comments, share some of your favorite reality TV memories and all of that good stuff. To listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music, give it a thumbs up. Make us climb up in the ranks if you really like this content. It really, really, really helps. And even if you're not watching the whole thing, if you watch this whole thing, you at this part, you watch this whole thing, you like it, so you better subscribe.
Right.
Because if you don't like this kind of stuff, you would turn it off. We are an hour and 8 minutes in. You
don't be no hater.
Don't be no hater, for real. But I love you guys. Peace.
Bye.